Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Jim. This is Ray's Game Fully. Today I wanted to just make a short video to explain an expression that you may have come across if you've been researching older editions of Dungeons & Dragons on social media or maybe on YouTube. You may have come across an expression called BECMI. You might be asking yourself, what is BECMI? Well, real short answer to the question, BECMI is an acronym that refers to the 5 rule books that were published to govern play with basic Dungeons & Dragons. If you're familiar with newer editions of the game or even advanced Dungeons & Dragons, you probably know that you really only needed to get your Dungeon Master's Guide and your Player's Handbook to get all the rules that you needed for the game. Back in the 80s, Basic D&D was governed by the Basic Rulebook. I don't want to show you my Basic Rulebook. The years haven't been kind to it. It's in really, really rough shape. But the Basic Rulebook was designed to govern the creation of characters, levels 1, 2, and 3, and adventures for those characters, which primarily involved crawling through dungeons, exploring them, evading traps, defeating monsters, etc. Now, after you played for a few sessions and you kind of graduated from that level of play, you were able to employ the expert rules. Here is my old expert rulebook. Expert rules govern the game for levels 4 to 14, and it did a couple of great things. It took the game that existed in those dungeon crawls and now expanded them to include the wilderness. You could travel the countryside on horseback. You could ride in carriages. You could sail the oceans. There were ocean encounters. The expert rules also introduced process of hiring retainers. It exposed us to a map of the campaign world for the first time. All these things were very, very cool. It expanded on that basic idea of the game and allowed us to progress to level 14 of the game. Now, once you reach level 15, you of course could continue with these types of adventures, or you could supplement them with the next set of rules that were called the companion rules. The companion rules are amazing. The creators of D&D realized that by this point in your gaming career, your character may want to rule a land, or build a castle, or settle down, or maybe explore the universe. So there were some really, really cool rules that were published in the companion rules to do these things. First and foremost, in my opinion, is the war machine. They presented mass combat rule systems, so armies could battle armies. It described how to build castles and attract followers and become a lord. It also described the planes for the first time in a very, very, very introductory way. Introduced wormholes and traveling to the elemental planes. The companion rules would allow your character to flourish up to level 25 in ability. Once you got to level 26, you could use the master rules. The master rules had several amazing things. It had 2 very, very important things in it that introduced combat mastery, whereby you could train with a weapon. As you progress through levels, you would meet masters who would train you how to use your weapon more efficiently, and you could do more damage with your weapon than somebody who is untrained. It also allowed you to use some special features such as stunning an opponent or deflecting missiles. And it was a really, really neat system of rules that could be retroactively applied all the way back to first level. The second important thing that the Master Rules introduced were the concept of artifacts and immortals. Artifacts were magic items or weapons possessed by the gods, which in basic D&D were called immortals. And the Master Rulebook actually hinted at ways for characters who approached maximum level, which was 36 level. It actually hinted at ways for player characters to become immortals themselves, to transcend the mortal realm and become these quasi-divine immortal beings. Hence the 5th set of rules for the product, the Immortal Rules. I love the Immortal Rules. They have a special place in my heart. They're very, very quirky and original. They allow you to fly between the stars, create avatars, become worshipped, all kinds of neat rules. probably weren't a big hit, judging by the lack of products that were produced for the Immortal Rules, but they are a favorite of mine anyway. If you're interested in basic, older editions of the game, I highly recommend that you find these rules. They should be online somewhere. You could probably download them. At one point in the production history, all of these rule books were combined into one volume that was called the Rule Cyclopedia. You might be able to get your hands on the Rule Cyclopedia if you can't find all these individual rules. Anyway, those are the rule books. That is what BECMI is. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you really, really like it, please subscribe. I've got some more videos on the way. Once again, my name is Jim. This is Ray's Game Fully, and please remember to be kind to your fellow players.